Hello Primary 2-3, it's Mrs. Patterson here, and today I'm here to go through your learning for subtraction lesson number 2 in maths and numeracy. So your learning intentions for today are to subtract multiples of 10 from 2 or 3 digit numbers and to use concrete, pictorial and abstract strategies to solve subtraction questions. And I'll explain that in a little bit more detail later on. Your success criteria is, I can use a number bond diagram to show subtraction, I can use concrete materials to show subtraction, I can use a number line or a number square to show subtraction by counting back, and I am beginning to use the column method to show subtraction. So these success criteria are all part of using concrete, pictorial and abstract strategies to be able to solve your subtraction questions. So, to start with, let's use a number bond diagram to solve these subtraction questions. First, we need to partition our numbers into tens and ones, which we've been doing lots of practice on in the last few weeks. Then we subtract the tens first before we subtract the ones. So if you want to pause the screen here, you can try to complete these questions on a piece of paper or a whiteboard if you have one, and give it a go. So let's do this first one together on the whiteboard. So I've written 26 from 78, which means we're taking 26 away from 78. I've written out the subtraction question, and if you notice, you will see that I've got the biggest number here, because in subtraction, the biggest number has to go at the start of the number sentence. So we've got 78, take away 26. So first of all, we're going to split our numbers, we're going to partition our numbers into tens and ones. So in the number 78, in the tens column, there are 7 tens. So that stands for 70. That is the value of that number, 70. And then we have 8 ones. So we've got 70 and 8. Here we've got number 26, so that's 2 tens in the tens column, which means 20. And 6 ones. So we're using our number bond diagram first so that we can take away the tens, then take away the ones. So let's do this first one together on the whiteboard. So I've partitioned my numbers, 70 and 8 and 20 and 6. And I know that we need to do 78, take away 20 first to make it a little bit easier for us so that we're taking away the tens before we take away the ones. So you can count back in tens, you could use a number line to help you, or you could use your number square to help you. So I'm going to draw a little number line here to help me. I'm going to put 78 here, and at first I'm going to take away 1 10 because 20 is made out of 2 tens, which is going to be 68, and another 10, which is going to be 58, because remember, you can see the pattern here, 78, 68, 58. The ones column is staying the same because you're not taking away any ones. See the 0 here? But you're taking away 2 tens. So the tens column changes. And if you know that 7 take away 2 is 5, you know that 70 take away 20 is 50. So 70 take away 20 is 58. And now we need to take away the ones. So we do 58 take away 6, and you could count back for this one. So we want to count back from 8, taking away 6. So again, you can use a number line if you want to. We can put the 8 here, and let's count back and count back 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 58 take away 6 is 52. And remember to use what you already know. If you know that 8 take away 6 is 2, you can figure out that 58 take away 6 is 52. And that's our answer. 78 take away 26 is 52. And we have found this answer from using a number bond diagram and using number lines to help us subtract. So using what we already know about place value and partitioning our numbers, and using the number line to help us do that, to help us count back in tens and count back in ones. So now that we've done this first one together, pause the video and give the other two on the screen a go yourself. Good luck. Well done, Primary 2-3. You should all be finished those extra 2 questions now, and you should have given it your best go using the number bond diagram and also using any other strategies to help you subtract those numbers. So you might have used the number line, you might have used a number square, or you might have used some concrete materials to help you too. So let's move on now to our in focus task. So you can see a picture here with lots of boys and girls, and the question says there are 37 children, 24 of them are boys, how many girls are there? So altogether there are 37 children, 24 of them are boys, so how many girls are there? Now remember, we are doing subtraction, so I wonder if you can think what the subtraction question is. There are 37 children altogether, so if we take 24 away that we know are boys, that will give us the answer for how many girls there are. So what I'd like you to do is pause the video here and use any strategy you like to try and figure this question out. So Primary 2-3, that question there was asking you to do 37 take away 24, and we were looking at taking away 24 boys away from a group of 37 children altogether. So you might have used a number line, you might have used concrete materials, you might have used a number square, but now I'm going to show you how you would use something called a column method when subtracting. So when we're using the column method, we have to lay out our question like this. And it's called the column method because the numbers are on top of each other, just like a column. So if I just show you here quickly to remind you that these are the tens and these are the ones. So it's really important to line up your numbers correctly so that the ones are in the same column and the tens are in the same column. Now what's a little bit different about using the column method is that we actually subtract the ones first, because when we're looking at the column method and we're looking at the question that we've set out, we work this way. So 7 take away 4, because remember the biggest number has to be on the top of the column when we're doing subtraction. 7 take away 4 is, that's right, it's 3. 7 take away 4 is 3. And 3 take away 2 is 1. So when we're looking at the column method, we're still splitting up our tens and ones. We're still using all the methods that we have been practicing. So when we're looking at 37, we know that that's 3 tens, which is 30, and this is 20. So we're really doing 30 take away 20, which is 10. So it might look like 3 take away 2 is 1, but when we look at our answer, we can see that that's 1 10 and 3 ones. So I'm going to show you a couple more just so you can see again how we use the column method and how that works. And once you've got the hang of it, it's actually a really easy method to use, but when this number is bigger than this number, it becomes a little bit trickier and we have to do something called regrouping the tens. So we're not going to do that in today's lesson because it's a little bit challenging, but we will come back to that next week. So here's another question for you. So I'm going to look at this number question, which is 59 take away 34. Now 59 is the biggest number, so I'm going to put that at the top of the column and I'm going to line up 34 really carefully in the right columns, and remember to put in your subtraction symbol. So we've got the ones column and the tens column laid out nice and neatly. Ones and tens. Now you don't need to write this in, but I'm just writing it to remind you that this is the tens column, these are the tens, and these are the ones. So we're going to subtract the ones first. 9 take away 4 is, that's right, it's 5. And 5 take away 3 is 2. So 59 take away 34 is 25. So that was a really quick way to do that subtraction. And remember again, 59 is 5 tens, so 50 and 9 ones. And 34 is 3 tens and 4 ones. So you do 9 take away 4, which is 5, and 50 take away 30, which is 20, but you've already got the ones column here, so it's 2. 5 take away 3 is 2. 59 take away 34 is 25. Now that you've seen me using the column method, I'd like you to pause this video and have a go at answering these questions, which asks you to use the number bond diagram strategy and having a little go at using the column method strategy. So if you can pause your screen here, you can try to do these subtraction questions using both of these strategies. Now remember, you can get a piece of paper or a whiteboard to draw out a number line if this helps you, or you can use the link that I've given you in this PowerPoint on Teams to the number square, so you can use that as a strategy as well. So pause the video and give these questions a go. Well done everyone, you've given it a real go at trying to use the number bond diagram and the column method. That's super. Now, if you want to pause your screen here, we can give a couple of these questions a go together using the strategies that we've been working on. So keep watching the video to see me using the strategies on a whiteboard to show you. So I've chosen 100 take away 80 as my question to show you lots of different ways that you could work out the subtraction question using some of the strategies that we've talked about in the video today. So the first strategy I'm going to show you is the number line. So I'm going to just draw out my empty number line and I'm going to put 100 here. Now if you were doing an addition question using a number line, you might want to start it at this side, but because we're counting back, I'm going to put my highest number here, which is 100, and I'm going to count back 80. Okay, so I'm going to count in tens because I'd like you to be able to practice counting back and forward in tens. So we're going to count back from 100, counting back in tens to subtract 80. So I'm going to do 8 jumps and I'm going to take away 10. 100 take away 10 is 90. 90 take away 10 is 80. 80 take away 10 is 70. 70 take away 10 is 60. 60 take away 10 is 50. Let me just check how many tens I've taken away. I've taken away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens so far. I need to take away 8 tens to take away 80. So I need to do 50, take away another 10, which is 40. 40 take away 10 is 30, and I've got one more to do. 30 take away 10 is 20. So there we've taken away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tens, and we can see that 100 take away 80 is 20. And if you know that 10 take away 8 is 2, you can figure out that 100 take away 80 is 20 using your number bonds and using what you already know. I'm now going to show you how to use 100 square to subtract. So this is one of the resources that is available to you in your Teams general file. So if you want to use this to help you with your subtraction, you can. So first we're going to start with the large number, which was 100. Remember the question was 100 take away 80. So I'm just going to mark that number here on the number square so you can see it. So 100 take away 80. Now instead of counting back in ones, we're going to count back in tens. And when we're using a number square like this, we can count back in tens quite easily by jumping back on the number line, on the number square, sorry. So if we count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, because 91 take away 1 is 90. 100 take away 10 is 90. So if we do 90 take away 10 in the same way, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 90 take away 10 is 80. Can you see the pattern that that is making? It's going back up the number line in a row. So let's take away 80. 10, 20, 30. 100 take away 30 is 70, but we're taking away 80, so we're taking away 8 10s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's just count that back to make sure we've got the right answer. 100 take away 10 is 90. Take away another 10 is 80. Take away another 10 is 70. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. So we take away 80, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. We now have 100 take away 80 is 20. So now that you've seen me use a couple of different strategies to work out one of these questions, if you want to challenge yourself, why don't you pause the video here and see if you can solve these questions in as many ways as you possibly can using all the different strategies that we've been working on together. Once you've finished that, you can go into your learning packs and choose one of the sheets to complete. Remember, you don't need to complete all the sheets. You can choose one of them depending on the level of challenge you would like. So remember to use the strategies from today to help you. You can use concrete materials if you've got things in the house that you can count with. You can use a number square or draw a number line. You can use a number bond diagram, or you can try using the column method. And here on the PowerPoint, if you open their PowerPoint on Teams, you'll be able to click on some of these links. So I've linked you 100 square, a number line to 50, and a little subtraction game for some extra practice. And again, I've popped a plenary slide on here for you so that you can have a little discussion with someone at home after you've completed today's lesson. I'm looking forward to seeing your work later on Teams. Good luck everyone, and remember, if you've got any questions, don't forget to ask me. I'm always here to help you. See you soon. Bye.